Greetings and welcome to Anime Rewrites Theory Thursday. Yes, I know the name sounds dumb, I'll change it soon. But today we're going to test the theory. Could Overhaul return as a hero? In canon, Overhaul, or Kai Chisaki, is actually the titular villain of the Shie Hasaikai arc. So, like many theories, this one's gonna be an uphill battle. From what I can tell, there are three main factors involved in this equation. First, does he have the capabilities to fight crime and/or protect the innocent? Second, could his mindset ever be suitable to act as a hero? And third, would society ever value his heroic potential enough to forgive his crimes? The first factor seems simple enough. After all, it's hard to give someone a hand when you've been disarmed. Sorry, not sorry. And given that Overhaul's quirk seems to require use of his hands when he no longer has any, I'm a terrible person. This is looking like a solid left swipe. But hold on there. While his injuries may be too extreme for even a hero-like recovery girl to heal, there's someone who could simply rewind his body to a state before he even lost his arms. Arby. Now, as of the current chapter, as of this video, Arby still has difficulty controlling her quirk. But if she wanted to, there is little doubt that she could. The power of rewriting anime history certainly is an amazing thing. Don't you agree? One down, two to go. But when it comes to Kai's personality, that's definitely a tall order to fill. A remorseless Yakuza boss who never hesitates to kill someone, and who views quirks as a disease to be cured? Talk about a fixer-upper. There are hints of nobility in him, such as Chisaki's intention of restoring the Yakuza to power in thanks for the man that adopted him, who it's implied he put in a coma, but that's about it. Even Shigaraki at least cares about the members of his league of villains. But Overhaul, not so much. Here is where we need to consider the psychological impact of both his defeat and loss of his arms and quirk. You see, his loyalty to the man who adopted him, though warped, was based on how the boss saved him. It was likely the only time in his life that Overhaul wasn't in control in any way. And it forms the core of one of his main goals, restoring the Yakuza. Following his defeat at the hands of Deku and Arby, as well as being maimed by the League of Villains, Kai would certainly be helpless, and he would constantly be reminded of this. Yes, Kai's ego was gargantuan, and arguably even narcissistic given his proclivity towards diagnosing other people's hope as a disease. But you have to consider the psychological impact of such a strong person being so utterly defeated. Then, going beyond that, having to depend almost entirely on the help of others in almost every aspect of his life. Think of just how many things you need your hands to do. From eating to cleaning your body to simply getting dressed. Within just a month of this kind of life, it would be nearly impossible for any mind to remain so megalomaniacal. Once his ego was broken down, and he learned to appreciate something as simple as having the door open for him, the path to Kai's psychological recovery could begin. And with Arby, the girl he had performed such horrible experiments on, restoring his arms and his quirk, it would likely bring the man to tears in both remorse and gratitude. So could he be rehabilitated in a show about heroes and finding the good in people? Certainly possible. 2 down, 1 to go. And, well, he's a criminal. Kai has murdered, stolen, tortured, assaulted, and who knows what else during his time in the Yakuza. A history like that would be hard to overlook. regardless of whether or not he was rehabilitated. In fact, would take an insane person with influence and followers and a quirk at the same level as his for society to even consider letting Overhaul out. Okay, well, Suicide Academia squad confirmed. Seriously though, if you think about the level of destruction Shigaraki's likely going to be capable of once he's out of main villain boot camp, and how Overhaul's quirk could be the only one capable of repairing as quickly as Shigaraki's can destroy, it doesn't seem nearly as far-fetched that he would be brought out as a wildcard. It's true that Ari can rewind a body to a previous state, but not physical objects. Further, her ability is underdeveloped and not very suitable for combat. Overhaul, on the other hand, is, well, basically a demigod in terms of his abilities, and while he would probably need some familiarity with what he was reconstructing, he would be an invaluable asset to use against, well, this. So a full pardon? Unlikely. But if Overhaul became as vital in the defeat of Shigaraki as he could, the man might see daylight someday. And if he did, with his powers not only for fighting but also repairing any damage to a person or thing, including literally bringing someone back to life, Deku would have another serious rival in becoming the #1 hero in the world. At least if we shelved what he did before all that. So, will Overhaul return as a hero? Probably only as a plot twist. But could he? Absolutely. At least, in theory. If you found value in this video, make sure to flip those like and subscribe switches for more anime what-if scenarios, and check out some of these ones I picked just for you. But, most importantly, thank you for making history.